Good morning and welcome. Spirituality is not just one sphere of life, just not one part of life, but rather it is life. It is the process of life that is lived with a vision of faith. Spirituality is life. And the highest form of spiritual development is to be ordinary, is to become fully human, to become simply and naturally ourselves, to be who we might be if we were not distorted by greed or ambition or lust or desperate want, just to be ourselves. The ordinary self is the extraordinary self, the inconspicuous nobody who shivers in the cold of winter and sweats in the heat of summer, who eats biscuits, who weaves through the traffic, who shops at Spar, who pulls weeds out of the garden, who makes love, who flies kites, and who listens to the rain. We encounter God in the ordinary things of life, not just in the spiritual highs, but in our simple presence to life. Henry Nouwen once wrote to a friend, and he said, "All I want to say is that you are the beloved of God. May you hear these words spoken with deep tenderness and great love." God created us for union with Himself. This is the purpose of our lives, and being aware of our belovedness is central to our Christian life. My beloved is the name by which God knows us. Thomas Merton once asked, Who am I? Who am I? I am the one loved by God. I am the one loved by God. This fact is the real foundation of our lives. This fact is our true identity. To really come to understand that we are the beloved of God, we have to spend time alone with God. We move from crisis to crisis, responding to the urgent, and we neglect the essential. We live on autopilot, and the fire in the belly dies. Silence is the process of coming to stillness, to have a sense of being with God, and then a growing sense of being the beloved of God. When we come to stillness, often we have feelings of guilt which arise, and they arise immediately, because the shadow says to us, you are just being selfish. You are wasting time. You are evading your responsibilities. You cannot afford the idle luxury of sitting here in quiet solitude. Failure to recognize the value of being with God as the beloved without doing anything is to gouge out the heart of Christianity. If we are not in touch with our own belovedness, we cannot touch the sacredness of others. When we allow God to liberate us from unhealthy dependence on others, when we listen more, when we love more unselfishly, more compassionately, and more playfully, taking ourselves less seriously, we become aware that the breath of the Father is on our face, and this gives us joy. Conscientiously wasting time with God enables us to speak and act from a place of greater strength. It enables us to forgive. It enables us to be generous in the petty moments of life. It enables us to lose our fears and our insecurities. So be still and know that God is God and that you are the beloved of God. Amen.